Tien, and this morning I'm going to be taking us through a gentle guided class of Qi Gong. Well, what is Qi Gong? For those of you who haven't done it before, you might be familiar with the term Tai Chi. They're interchangeable terms actually. Qi simply means our life force essence in Chinese, our vital energy, and Gong means the development or the cultivation of something. So that's what we're doing here. We're developing our life force essence through movement and stillness meditation. So why would we want to do this practice of Qi Gong? Well, any day is a good day for Qi Gong, but especially in times like the present when we are living quite sedentary lives. We're in lockdown here in Melbourne and we're inside quite a lot. We need to get outside, or even in your living room's okay, but we need to move the body, whether it's bike riding, going for a swim, doing yoga, whatever it is. But this morning, we're going to do some Qi Gong. All right, so before we begin, if you haven't done it before and that some of the movements are a little bit challenging, that's okay, just follow along as best you can. The key here is to move the body. All right, so we're going to begin with a practice that is very common at the start of all Qi Gong sequences, and that is just to begin with some gentle bouncing up and down, and just begin to move the body, just waking up the body. Little bit of jogging on the spot. You can flick your hands and your wrists. Do a little bit of a twist of the hips is good as well. Start to breathe a little bit more heavily, that's okay. If you ever go to a park or any outdoor spaces in China, Hong Kong, these types of places, where Qi Gong is very popular, you'll often see people doing bouncing before they start their Qi Gong practice. Put your hands in the air. Really loosen everything up. Very good. And now just begin to slow it down again. More subtle movements until we're ready to begin our warm-up sequence. Standing with our feet shoulder width apart, we're going to hold an imaginary ball of Qi in front of us and just breathe in, bend the knees slightly, breathe in, expand the Qi ball, always in Qi Gong breathing through the nose and out through the nose. Expand, contract. You'll notice my movements aren't jerky. Try to get your body to flow and be as graceful as you can. Gracefulness is a key in Qi Gong. Something I still have to work on, but I'm getting there. Beautiful. And bringing the hands back in, and now we lean onto our left leg and step out with our right into a wider stance. This is called Ma Bu in Chinese, or horse stance, a very common stance in Qi Gong. We take our Qi ball, we bend over at about 90 degrees, and we simply roll the ball from side to side. And here you should be feeling a little bit of a stretch in the hamstring on each side as you move and you roll that ball. Move the shoulders up and down. Really see if you can stretch those hamstrings out a little bit. And when you're ready, come back up into your standing position again. This time, taking our hands, we place them on the backs of our thighs, and we just begin gentle rotation of the hips, These are called girdle vessel rotations, making the circles a little bit wider now. And back the other way. Bringing the circles in, a little bit smaller, and back to the center point. Beautiful. Hands down by our side now, and some gentle neck rolls. So we're just going to roll the neck. Always be very careful and gentle with this type of movement. There's a lot of delicate little ligaments, muscles, and bone structures at the back of the neck and the top of the spine, but we do want to give it a stretch. And back the other way. One more, and then back to center. Very nice. Okay, the next movement is called exhale twist. So hands by our side, breathing in through the nose. Twist to the left as far as you can go, and also twist the arms. Like you can see, I'm twisting my arms here, and then back to the center. Breathe out the other side. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. One more on each side. And then back to the center. Beautiful. Okay, now we're going to do some forward and back bends. So, crossing our arms over like this and just letting it go, letting the body hang. Just feel a little stretch in the hamstring, and then breathing in deeply through the nose in one deep breath. Back we go. And arch the back. Stretch and release. Breathe out. Stretch those hamstrings. Back we go again. Breathe in. And breathe out. You can cross the arms over there. And we'll do one more. Oh, it's one of my favorite stretches to start the day, that one. And one more, hanging there. Let the arms drop down. And then back up slowly into a standing position. And now we're going to move into a movement called the diamonds. So again, leaning on that left leg, stepping out into the horse stance, Mabu, pulling our hands out, pushing our hands out, and making the palms face away from us, and have your hands so that your middle fingers are facing one another. And then we want to breathe in, take our hands up to the sky, move to the right, a full rotation to the right, 90 degrees, and then sweep the hands down, all the while maintaining those two middle fingers facing one another. That's the movement. Big sweeping, arcing, circular motion, like so. Should feel a stretch through the hamstring, stretch through the lats and also the shoulders. And then we go back the other way, twist to the left, sweep the hands down, almost touching the ground. Some of you will touch the ground. And we'll do two more of those. And then when we finished that last one, bring the feet back together and bring the arms gently down. Ready for our next Qigong, which is called Eagle Spreads Its Wings. A lot of Qigongs have very cool, funky names like that. This one's called the Eagle Spreads Its Wings. So just follow me as best you can. Our arms go out into the eagle spreading its wings, and then one foot goes behind the other, Our left hand comes down behind our back and our right hand just stretches out like so. Then back to a standing position with our wings. The left foot goes behind the right hand goes behind the back, and we stretch the other way. And we just go from side, whoop, I'm on slightly uneven ground here, but that's okay, to side, one more each side. Beautiful. Really stretch those arms out. You might hear a few clicks and pops as you stretch areas of the body that haven't been moved in quite a while. Okay, so finally in this warm-up sequence we stand with our feet shoulder width apart again, and we're going to really open up our arms to the sky, draw in fresh chi from the environment. Beautiful sunny day now here at Portsea. So breathing in, rotate the arms like this, and then bring it all in, cross the arms, huddle up, drop the dead chi and bring in the fresh chi. Breathe out, drop the dead chi, in the fresh chi. Do two more. And then on this last one, bring the hands and just slap the back of your thighs. Bring the hands up. And then just press through the body, out in front, scan through the body, across the face, down through the chest. And then bring your arms and your hands out in front of you like this, into what we call four-gate breathing, the four gates being our two hands and our feet. And just imagine that you've got an orange under each armpit, and this allows the chi and your blood to flow freely and freshly throughout the body, going where it needs to go to. You might even feel a little bit of a tingle in the hands, a tingle in the feet. This is a good thing. This is the circulation of blood, the circulation of our chi. Take a few deep breaths through the nose here. Deep breaths right into the diaphragm. And on the out breath, imagine that you're sending fresh chi to the four gates, the four extremities of the body, and everywhere it needs to go to. And when you're ready, bring the hands over what they call the Dan Tien in Chinese, which is the energy center of the body, the main energy center, which is about 3 finger widths below the belly button and about 2 finger widths inside. So this is where the seat of energy is in the body. So for men, we cross in Qigong, we cross our right hand over our left hand and place it over the Dan Tien. For ladies, it's the left hand over the right hand, interlace the thumbs and hold that over the Dan Tien. And this is where we bring everything together and complete the warm-up sequence. Feeling nice and balanced, nice and relaxed. Enjoying the opportunity to participate in this World Wellness Weekend put on by the Peninsula Hot Springs. And even though we can't be together in person, even in a virtual environment, we can feel each other's presence, we can feel each other's energy and draw strength from that. Okay. So now that our warm-up sequence is complete, we're going to move into the second part of this Qigong session, which is called Bhagwazang Qigong, or the 8 trigram sequence of Qigong. It was taught to me by my teacher, who's from the White Tiger School of Qigong, all the way from Wudang province in China. So this is a really authentic, beautiful form of Qigong that we're going to do right now. It's composed of about 7 movements, beginning with throwing away the trash, it's called in Chinese, or the translation into English. And it's a very simple movement that we're going to do. We bend down, we lift up our arms, breathe in and say, ha, like that. And then on the second movement, we do a slower ha. So we go, ha, and we're going to do that 6 times. Okay, so this is one version of it. Ha, ha. We're going to do that 6 times together. Are you ready? Let's do it. Breathe in. Ha! 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 This is the third one. Ha! 4. Ha! Ha! Last one. Ha! Ha! Beautiful. Now we move into a Qigong called the wave. So standing with our feet shoulder width apart, placing our hands over the Dan Tien like we did earlier, ladies with the left hand over the right. And we're going to pretend like we're going to sit down on a chair and then thrust our chest out and give our back a gentle wave-like motion. Sitting down on the chair, chest out, back towards the back area, and then sitting down again. The idea here is to really give the spine a gentle undulation type movement, and really stretch out the back muscles, put some space between the vertebrae, allow the energies of the back, that beautiful structure, to elongate and wake up. And you might have a look from the side as I do this movement to get more of an idea of what it looks like, because it forms the basis of the next 2 Qigong. So hands over the Dan Tien, sitting down, chest goes out, back movement, head goes back, and then sitting down again. In a beautiful wave. Should be all one movement. Very nice. So let's do that together. Sitting down, thrust that chest out, head goes back, and sitting down again. Two more. Beautiful. Okay, now here's where things get a little bit more interesting. We're going to add a movement to the wave called dragon whips its tail. And it's simply like this. So it's the same movement of sitting down and thrusting the chest out and head going back, but this time we're going to bring our arms into it. And we're going to sit down, we thrust the chest out, the arms go back, and then we whip the tail of the dragon, like so. See if you can follow along with me. And it's almost a feeling like you're swimming through water. That should be how the movement feels. Nice and slow, a rotation of the arms, the dragon whips its tail, and then the tail comes in, like so. Let's do 3 more of those. And beautiful. Bring the hands in. And now we move into a Qigong called serving teacups. Okay? A little bit more complicated this one, so just follow along as best you can. We're going to do the same undulation of the back, but this time we're going to retrieve a cup of tea. We're going to bring the cup of tea around us, and then we're going to do a beautiful rotation of the spine and then serve the teacup. Hands changed, right hand comes in, again retrieving the tea. Tea gets poured into the cup. Beautiful rotation of the spine, coiling and uncoiling of the spine, and then the tea gets served. Hands change again. See if you can follow along. I'll turn around so you can get an idea of what it looks like from the other side. This is one of the most beautiful movements in Qigong, I find, is the coiling and uncoiling movements, which you don't really get in any other meditative movement type practice, which can be quite linear in their movements, especially yoga, which I love yoga. But in Qigong, we do a lot of this type of twisting and turning, moving the body in ways that we don't ordinarily move it. One more. And beautiful. Finish up serving the last cup of tea. Like that. All right. So that's serving teacups. Now we move into another Qigong, and this is called separating heaven and earth, okay? So we want to stand with our feet shoulder width apart, holding a ball of Qi, a slightly smaller ball of Qi than we did with our expansion and contraction in the beginning. And just watch me. So we're going to separate heaven and earth here by bringing our hands up and pushing the bottom hand down. Then we upturn the hands and downturn the hands, and then press up and press down and twist the shoulder in. A little bit of a complex movement, but just do your best. Then we scoop, bring in the fresh Qi, and now your right hand should be on the bottom and your left hand will be on top. It's changed. Okay? Separate the hands, turn them over, push up, push down, bring that right shoulder in, and scoop. You can add the breath here as well. Breathe in. Scoop, up and down, separate heaven and earth, bring that shoulder in, scoop. You can get into a really lovely rhythm with just one simple Qigong like this and do it for half an hour if you like. And you can really get lost in the movement and lost in the present moment of any of this Qigong movements. Last one. Separate heaven, separate earth, push up to the sky, push down to the ground, rotate that shoulder in. Give your back a lovely twist and scoop until your hands are now in this position here. Bring the legs in a little bit. There's 2 more Qigong to go. This one is called spiral palm. So it's a beautiful, simple little Qigong, but again, it's a lovely coiling and uncoiling of the back of the spine. And we simply twist to the left at 90 degrees. The right hand goes up over the head, and then we rotate and twist and scoop. That's one movement. 90 degrees to the right, hand goes up. Beautiful little rotation, scoop, and back. I'll do it from the other side, and just follow along with me as best you can. Okay, hands facing one another, twist to the left. Beautiful. Let's do 2 more on each side together. At the top of the movement, you should be looking at the back of your hand and then scoop it down. Breathe in on the expansion. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2 more. Beautiful. And then bring the hand back in. For the final Qigong in the Bhagwazang sequence, which is called Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball's where we bring everything together and combine it into one big flowing movement throughout the entire body. We bring all of our limbs and all of our body into play in this movement. Okay, so again, standing in our traditional Qigong stance, legs slightly bent. We've got our ball of Qi. Now, we're just going to move that ball to begin the movement. So just pretend that you've got a mid-sized beach ball in your hand, or a very light volleyball, and pretend that it's covered in talcum powder or something very slippery, and you're just rotating your hands around that ball. The key here is that we don't want our hands not facing one another. Your hands should always be facing one another in Dragon Ball. And just rotate the hands beautifully around the ball like so, moving the shoulders, and then gradually bring your hips into play from side to side and move into the full Dragon Ball movement. Hips from side to side, rotating the ball. Dragon Ball can be done very slowly, or it can be sped up. You're really not limited by any single type of movement here. You can make the ball smaller. You can bring the ball down to the ground level. You can make it bigger and bring it up to the sky. The key here is to really rotate the arms, swing those hips, and begin to get a real sense that Qi and blood is moving beautifully and freely through the body. Getting to all the ligaments, all the bones and joints and areas where we want our vital energy to flow. See if you can also turn the ball back the other way. A little bit tricky because it's kind of counterintuitive. And then back the other way. And that's Dragon Ball. So that's the sequence called Bhagwazang in the Wudang Chinese Qigong tradition. Very common morning Qigong to get the body off to a great start to the day. And we finish our sequence of Qigong this morning and our Bhagwazang by bringing our feet in, bringing our hands up to the sky, and just gently again scanning through the body, scanning through the face. 4-gate breathing, oranges under the armpits, beautiful deep breaths through the nose, right down into the diaphragm, and on the out breath spread that beautiful energy and that Qi around the body. finally then bring your hands over the lower Tien, just below the belly button. Where we perform our final Qi Gong, which is called Zhuang, very common standing meditation in Qi Gong, translated as stands like a tree or stands like a post. This is where we do a gentle breath meditation. Breathing in, just notice the breath as it enters the nostrils. And as it exits again. Noticing any little points of tension in the shoulders, the neck. Just relax on the out breath. Feel one with nature and with the environment around us. And when you're ready, open your eyes. And that completes our Qigong session for the day. So thank you for joining. I'm glad you could all come and participate this morning. And just remember that Qigong is not only to do with the energies of the body, but there's Qi all around us. There's different types of Qi. There's the Qi that we eat in the form of our food. There's the Qi that we watch on TV or at movies. There's all different types of Qi. So we want to feed our body with good Qi, whether it's in movement, whether it's in good quality food, whether it's in positive, uplifting things that we watch on our TV screens, and in the people that we surround ourselves with, nature as well. So may you have a wonderful day. And may you continue on your beautiful journey with the World Wellness Weekend hosted by the Peninsula Hot Springs. I'm Dan, signing out from the quarantine station at Portsea. Thanks for joining. Oh, I'll ring my bell to complete the session.